What's up, my Moon Tribe? I'm Haley. Welcome back to Moon Tribe Tarot. These are general messages only, which means take what resonates and leave behind what does not. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me where your messages will 100% correlate to your story because they're for you, you can find all the information on how to reach me in the description box down below. I've already gone ahead and pulled your cards for you. These are 2 cards of what you need to know, 1 card of advice, and I pulled a card of clarity. So what you need to know, what is going to be happening from February 1st to the 5th, the 2 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. With the advice card, the 9 of Wands, and then the clarity for that was the 9 of Cups. So what we have here with the 2 of Swords and the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Swords represents a stalemate situation that needs to be broken. Or not broken, but you need to make a stalemate choice about something. It's kind of a card where you don't really know which choice to make, and I feel like a lot of you might feel hurried to make this type of decision because there is a lot of forward motion with this. It is weird to get a reading where something is so stuck in this is not stability, but 2s are directions. So feeling stuck into a direction, not really knowing where to go, and then having this energy that's like it's coming in really fast. It's coming in really, really fast because it's all about forward progress, forward motion, forward movement. And then we have the 9 of Wands representing advice, which is to say in this suit, the 9 of Wands is somebody that has seen so much shit, but it's a different day and she's seeing the same old shit. So the advice here is she's resilient. The advice with this card is to do something differently or expect the same result all over again. So either change up what you're doing because you're not seeing the results that you would like to see, or experience it all over. So she's kind of somebody that this isn't such a depressing card. I know a lot of people look at the 9 of Wands like, oh, anxiety, but it's more of she is optimistic and she is resilient and what's the word? She is not shy to defend herself or others. She knows how to defend herself and she can go through this again and again and again. But the question is, do you want to remain continuing to do this again and again and again? So the overall message here that I'm getting 2 different things is that a lot of you feel stuck about a situation, and it's about being stuck in a situation and breaking that stalemate and having that choice, knowing what that choice is. And it's going to be this very rapid progression from the 1st to the 5th of, I don't know what to do, to, whoa, here we go, we're going at it full ham, holy shit. And then for the rest of you, it is going to be a situation where something has come in, something that is important has come in, and you don't know how to react to it. I get this a lot for a situation where, before I pull what the 9 of Cups means, I feel like this is a situation in which the fighting with yourself in your head, I feel like this is an anxiety spread. I feel like you don't know 100% what the choice is to make, but there's definitely outward forces coming in. And I say that because the 9 of Cups is a quintessential quester. He is somebody that would advise you to, his advice is not to settle, but I don't really like reading that in this deck. He is somebody that is, when he has his sights set on something, he does not stop pursuing it. Once he has his holy grail, he will continue to work for it until he gets to it. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is an overthinking kind of spread, where I feel like you're doing the same thing in your head of, you feel stuck about a decision, but you have forward progress coming in more than one aspect. You have forward progress. This is one of the fastest energies in the suit of tarot. And this is more slow. He is a knight, which means he is a little bit fast, but he's the second slowest moving knight. Aside from the Knight of Pentacles, he is the second slowest knight. He knows how to do things more practically, and it's an emotional thing. What he longs after is something that he is near and dear to his heart. So a lot of you, this is going to be a relationship, like the choice of a relationship, or it's going to be some sort of situation in which you have choices to make, and I feel like a lot of you might feel pressured because there's somebody coming in questing for you, or it could be vice versa. But let me pull one more card for where this goes. Just in general, from the 1st to 5th. Okay. Maybe I have to clear the air. So we got the Tower. The Tower is a card of change. It's kind of a card of chaos. It represents something stable that you had once thought was stable might not be as stable as you think. So okay. There is definitely a situation in which it is, I feel like a lot of you might know that it's going in this direction, with the Tower being this moment of, it shakes you from your roots. It's something that, it doesn't necessarily have to displace you completely, but it is meant as a moment to put you on a new path, to put you on your true calling, to put you on a path that if you were not following it, to redirect you to get you to where you're supposed to be. So let's find out a little bit more about this Tower moment and what happens after the Tower moment. Okay. Alright, there is going to be some sort of ending here. There is going to be some sort of, it might feel like a betrayal. This might feel like something that sticks you in the back, and it's a painful moment. So let me look through all of this again. So, okay. Because that was like a Julius Caesar stabbed in the back type of moment. But the important thing to note is that it's at the end, is at the worst that it's going to get. So here's how I'm reading this. It's either that you are doing this or somebody else is doing this to you. Either or, I think it's one of these. Because there could be cross watchers. But I strongly think that you might be feeling rushed. You or somebody else, whoever it is, might be feeling rushed into a decision. I feel like that there's some sort of stalemate choice that you're being pressured into making fast. And I feel like that pressure is going to cause some chaotic lashback. Because I do see that it does end with somebody coming forward with emotion. It's somebody that is questing. But for one of you, I feel like the stalemate choice might lead to something that is a little bit harrowsome. Is that a word? A little bit dark, a little bit hard to bear, especially with the Tower and the Ten of Swords. For somebody, this is going to feel like a traumatic loss. And I would like one more card as advice, because I don't like ending things there. One card of advice for where the star sign takes this. Where does this go after the Tower and the Ten of Swords? Okay. Things happen in cycles and seasons. Sometimes things favor us that we don't expect and we can't understand why. Why do these things happen to us? If we're trying to do good, why do these bad things happen to us? This is to say, this is kind of a card as of, let things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. I don't necessarily feel like things are 100% over. I'm more or less, because I don't see anybody walking away, but I see that whatever choice this is might be painful to somebody. But the advice along with the Wheel of Fortune, which I'm going to read to you out loud. Don't let the vagaries of life, the whims of fortune, or even the steadfast cycles of your life control your behavior. Your power and your freedom are in your will. You get to decide how to respond to what is happening. Make it a choice you'll be proud of no matter what the outcome. So I feel like with that advice, I kind of feel like it might be more for you. And I am going to drop names right now, Libra. I feel like it is going to be for you, Libra, because I feel like the stalemate choice might be, it might come up for somebody that you might, how do I read this? With the Wheel of Fortune as the advice, I kind of feel like this is you being in the power of, you get to decide what happens from here. Like, these things have happened, and you don't really know how to respond to them. But it is up to you to decide on how to respond to them, and you don't get to decide that it happened, but you get to decide how you react to it. So let's see how you react to it, Libra, because I just want to make a clarification. Alright, it is something that you are going to feel chained to almost. This is kind of a heavier spread for Libra than what they usually get. So it is going to be kind of this, this, I don't want to say the devil, it is addictions, bondage. It could be this is a spread of somebody making a choice. I feel like a stalemate choice, needing to break some sort of stalemate choice. Things coming down because of it. I feel like feelings might get hurt. I really feel like it's you that's going to be hurt, because the advice is that you get to control, you get to react to what happens, you get to decide what happens to the scenario that happens, because the Tower isn't really something that I feel like you planned, and the Ten of Swords isn't something that you planned, but you get to decide where to go from there, and I feel like you remain trapped into it for the most part, Libra. I feel like you want to continue to see where, I feel like you feel bound to this for some reason, which isn't necessarily always the best thing. It depends on the surrounding cards, and honestly, for the beginning of the spread looked decent, and then it slowly devolved from there. So I do feel like this is going to be a heavy kind of, from the 1st to the 5th, expect that things might be a little heavy. There's definitely going to be a Tarot moment, but it's nothing that I feel like is going to completely take you out of the game. I don't see anybody walking away. I just see, I see the opposite. I see being bound to something. I feel like the need to make this better almost, but at the same time needing to figure out where you want to go from there. So it's up to you. You get to decide on how you respond to the situation. You might not get to decide that it's happened to you, but you get to respond to your surroundings and where you want to go from there. And that is the general message for you, Libra. Take care. I'll see you next time. Peace out, my Moon Tribe.